This is a Terzomen AirLink wireless display kit. It has HDMI to HDMI. There's also a version of this that has HDMI to USB-C. So I was sent these to review for free. If you wanted to purchase them, they would cost you $80. They haven't paid me for my review, so my opinions remain my own. Okay, so in the box we have the two AirLink modules, and they have an HDMI plug at the end of them. They also have a button that says pair and reset. This one over here just has a reset button, so I'm thinking this is the master and this is the receiver. So yes, this one says TX for transmitter and this one says RX for receiver. Now they also come with two USB-A to USB-C cables, and I'm not sure if they have a battery inside or if they need to be powered continuously while you're using them. And so they both have USB-C ports here as well. Now they have a little card here. It has instructions in various different languages. It says install receiver, connect the receiver, connect the wireless display receiver to your screen and power it on, plug the transmitter into laptop or mobile and wait for mirroring automatically. So if you're using the transmitter with an HDMI connection, connect it to power supply using Type-C connector. Press the button on the transmitter to stop mirroring or restart mirroring. Okay, and they also have a QR code for some documentation and instructions. So we're going to have to try these guys out. So according to the box, they have Apple, Windows, and Android support. It does HD, basically 1080 full HD. No software needed. Alright, I've plugged this guy into the back of my television, HDMI port, and the light on it did not start blinking or anything, so it does not appear that it is powered by my television's HDMI port. So I'm going to plug in this USB-C to A cable, and my TV does have a USB port on the back, so I'm going to plug it into that. Alright, I plugged in that USB-C to A cable, and I still don't have any lights flashing on this guy. It occurs to me maybe I should turn my television on. So I just turned the TV on and this light did light up there. So my TV needs power before it powers things up. I'm going to unplug the USB-C cable and see if it still powers it from the HDMI. Alright, I unplugged the USB-C cable and my HDMI port alone is not powering it, so I do need the USB-C cable to power the receiver. And again, plugging into my laptop's HDMI output port, there's no power indication here, so I am going to have to use this USB-C cable to power it. Alright, as soon as I plugged in that USB-C cable, this guy started flashing. And the flashing went solid now. And on my laptop, when I go into displays, it has already detected it's connected to a Samsung Electric Company 50-inch television, so it detects my television. And I changed my source over to the HDMI 3 port, and my laptop from over there is now displaying on my television over here. So that guy's playing on my laptop, and the video is also playing on the TV here. Alright, I've moved my laptop out to the garage. We're about 65 feet away from the television. Here's one concrete block wall, and then there's another partial concrete block wall here out to the TV. And so it does not work this far away. It has lost connectivity. So, through a couple of concrete blocks walls is not going to work for you. Alright, I've brought my laptop back in here, and it is currently displaying the not connected, but then it automatically reconnected, which is just a little bit of time. Alright, I put the laptop maybe 25-30 feet away, but between this and the TV there's a solid concrete block wall. And that is still working. Alright, I put this on the opposite end of the house, but there's no concrete block walls between us and the television. And we're still, maybe, we got something here. So it looks like 35 feet through a couple of, stud walls is about the maximum range of this guy. Now, line of sight, you can probably do better than that. So, expect this to play to the next room, maybe up or down a floor. It's not going to be super, super long range, especially if you're going through concrete block walls. All right, I have a laptop playing there, and the television is getting the video over here. So that's about the maximum range in my house. All right, this is a nice little plug-and-play unit. You plug in your receiver to a screen of some sort, projector or something like that, anything with HDMI. You plug in the transmitter to your video source, and it just works. They have a pairing button, a reset button. I've never had to pair or reset them. They came out of the box. They just worked with each other. Couple of limitations. It's HDMI only. It doesn't do 4K. The receiver and the transmitter both need to be powered by an external 5-volt supply over like a USB A to C cable. And so, if you're hooking up to a laptop, it has this guy plus another cable into the laptop to power it. So this is really great for replacing a cable if you have a place where it would be hard to run a cable, 30, 40 feet range. It does have a range limitation. When I went through a couple of concrete block walls, it wouldn't work. It did a decent range, like 35, 40 feet, when it wasn't going through concrete block walls. So it's not going to go super, super far, but just within a couple of rooms in a house, it works pretty darn well. So they do make a version where the transmitter is USB-C instead of HDMI, and so that would allow your transmitter to power and get data with one cable. So if you're trying to do like a laptop presenter to a remote projector or something, you might look into the version that has a USB-C. If you're just looking to replace an HDMI cable, you want the one with the HDMI on both ends. So it does what it's supposed to do. If you're in a situation where you need to make a wireless cable, this is a very nice plug-and-play solution.